All right, week 23, day 2, prototype a feature that helps reduce user frustration. And I would say in this moment, as you're reducing user frustration, also consider the elements from day 1. I'll scroll up there briefly, but think about micro interactions, warm or playful copy, progress animations, surprise and delight moments. And I wouldn't use those as a top coat, so to speak, to try to hide the user frustration. But there can be something very meaningful about alleviating user frustration and then adding moments of delight on top of that. As if you do alleviate user frustration, whether it's in an instance, so you take an action that alleviates user frustration, or you take, from another perspective, if you take a frustrating part of your application and you improve it, or your service or your product and you improve it, that can also alleviate user frustration. So it's alleviating user frustration in your product itself or as a function of your product. Think about how moments of delight could support that. So it could be in simply how you communicate how your app has changed to alleviate frustration, but it could also be just celebrating with the user as they accomplish something. Identify a key pain point in the experience and rework or prototype a feature that eases friction. Think about error recovery, loading states, help or hinting mechanisms, undo flows. So these are all moments where people maybe have done something that they need to recover from, or they're in transitional spaces, or they need to learn something and move forward. And these are often fairly dry experiences. They don't have a lot of additional excitement to them. But think about how you could meaningfully add that. You don't necessarily want to go over the top and distract someone from what they're doing, but if you could make it a playful, fun, or interesting experience while this is occurring, that helps carry them forward in a meaningful way, could be a really interesting thing to do. So task number 1 for day 2 is just reducing the user frustration. Task number 2 for day 2 is how do you add moments of joy to that if it feels relevant in the moment. Output for this could be prototype, it could be a user flow, it could be wireframe, it could be an animation, it could be a video, however you need to communicate it to make an effective communication what you're posting or what you've done. And add, of course, a short explanation of how it addresses a real user pain and why you made the decisions that you did. To support you this week, as promised, we have the emotional design course that you could take. If this is really interesting to you, take a look at it. One of the longer courses, but it's an excellent in-depth, and if emotional design's your thing, it's a really great course. The emotional design masterclass, but the two sort of direct resources I have for you this week are going to be this emotional design topic. I'll provide the links in Discord, where we talk about emotional design, and then emotional response, where we talk about the concepts of emotional response and why people are emotionally responsive and what are challenges in designing for it. Really great topic. So look forward to seeing what you produce today and as the week progresses. And please feel free to reach out in the Discord if you have any questions or thoughts.